So now I'm in my Zoom meeting. I can see my toolbar down here at the bottom. I've got a variety of different things I can do with this toolbar at the bottom. One is I can mute or stop my video. That means that people in the meeting won't see my live video feed anymore. You're seeing now my profile picture. I don't know if it's any better than seeing my live video feed, but sometimes I might want to turn that off. I also have the ability here to mute my microphone. If I've muted my microphone and I start to talk, it gives me this notice that I am muted, so I can turn that back on. It's helpful to turn that off if you've got background noise going on. If you just don't want people to hear, you can turn it back on when you've got something to say during your meeting, but oftentimes it's best to just leave that muted so that people aren't hearing things in the background. I've also got the ability here. Yours is different than mine. I'm in this meeting as the host, so it's showing me a different toolbar, but yours is very similar across the bottom here. One of the things you want to know is under participants. If I click on participants, it shows me over here on the right-hand side, this window, all the people who would be involved in my meeting. I'm in here by myself. It shows me that my microphone is muted. It shows me that my video is muted. One of the tools you might use as a participant is down here at the bottom. And again, you're not seeing it because I'm the host, not a participant in this meeting. But there's a button down here at the bottom that gives me the opportunity to raise my hand. I can electronically raise my hand if the presenter is speaking and I raise my hand. It'll show up over here in this list, and the speaker, the presenter, can tell that I've got something I want to say. It's a way of getting across that you have to say something without interrupting the presenter. There's also the chat box here, and depending on how this is set up by the presenter, you can send messages to other people in the group. You may be able to just send messages to the presenter, but again, this is another way of communicating with other people in the presentation, other people in the meeting, communicating with the presenter through the chat without having to interrupt what they might be wanting to say. If somebody says something that I really like, I've got my little reactions button here. If somebody really says a good thing, I can give them a thumbs up. Somebody says something I really support, I can applaud that. It doesn't give me a thumbs down, which is kind of a nice thing to not have there. There are other things if you're more involved, but again, just as a basic participant in a meeting, being able to raise your hand is a helpful tool for both the participant and the host. And using the chat is another way to communicate with not just the host, but other people in the meeting while you are in the Zoom meeting. It's pretty straightforward and simple. Again, I can turn my video back on, and now I am live. My microphone would now be able to be heard by people in the meeting, and you can control those things as you need.